How many of you guys are ready to turn your branding into money, right? Y'all are ready to up level your brand. So, if you have been following me over the last couple of days, you know that I have launched the CEO Confidence. I've opened up the doors to the CEO Confidence Challenge. So, for those of you that do not know me in this social media world, hello, I am T. Renee Smith, author of The CEO Life, and I am so excited that you have connected or that we have connected to really talk about how to increase your confidence in up leveling your brand or in building a bankable brand. Over the last 4 days, I have shared with you guys the journey of how confidence impacts either positively or negatively your brand. So if you've been taking the journey with me and you've been doing the assignments, give yourselves a high five. Kudos to you. If you are just, catching the tail end of it, no worries. Just make sure that we're connected on YouTube. Click that subscribe button so that you can go back and watch all of the videos. All of this was laying a foundation for you to register for my free CEO Confidence Challenge. And the reason why I wanted to share with you over the last couple of days about branding is because so many people think that branding is just about strategy and about visual imaging and it's about, executing. That is a part of it. But oftentimes we don't realize those intangibles that are required for us to be a powerful CEO. And one of those things are confidence. So over the last couple of days, we didn't really talk about the touchy-feely stuff dealing with confidence. We talked about the business stuff dealing with confidence. And so today is the last day that I'll be sharing with you about branding and how confidence affects it. So make sure that you get out your pen, your iPad, your Android, or whatever it is to take notes so that you can build that bankable brand all with a strong foundation of confidence. So just as a recap, what we talked about over the last several days was number one, we talked about your brand story, how you must have confidence to stand in your truth and authentically and emotionally connect with your audience in reference to your brand. Number two, we talked about how to really tap into your ideal clients or those God given clients that are there. It's a group of people or individuals or businesses that are aligned with who you are and they are just waiting to pull out their debit card and to work with you. Number three, we talked about your brand messaging and how you must have confidence in order to be able to have an impactful brand messaging. And today we're going to talk about your brand visual imaging, which is going to round out our discussion on why it is so important for you to have confidence or increase your confidence in your branding. So, one thing with the brand visual imaging, and everybody wants to look good. They want to have a great website. They want to have these amazing memes. They want to look good on video. And so many people with their brand, they go straight to the visual imaging part and they don't do the work of figuring out who they are as a brand, how they emotionally connect with their audience, the problems that they solve, the solutions that they provide. So, as I have probably said in every video, branding is a spiritual experience. It's you getting in touch with the soul of who you are and the soul of who your business is. And once you understand that, now you can align it with your visual imaging. However, if you start off focusing on, well, what are my fonts and what are my colors and what type of photo shoot do I need to have and what do I need to wear, you will find yourself year after year after year changing your brand because it's not in alignment with you. So, how many of you guys have changed your brand 3, 4, 5 times within the last 5 years? Hello? Hello? Don't let me be out here by myself. I have done it as well as so many of my clients until we sat down and really took the time to do the work and to figure out who we are, what does our business represent, who are our ideal clients. So like Ayanla says all the time, do your work. And so it's not just doing your work personally, it is also doing your work as far as in your business. So you often hear you have to work on your business just as much as you work in your business. So that branding is one foundational element that you must have, which affects every area of your business. So with my clients, whether they're in my CEO Life membership class, whether it's workshop, whether it's my courses, or whether I'm working one-on-one with them, I all teach them through my build business framework. And so build, it stands for B, which is business strategy, right? So you see, the very first thing is that you have to understand what your strategy or what your goals is. U is unique branding. I is integrated marketing and sales. L is leverage system. And D is decisive delegation. So do you see that branding is up there at the top? So before you start getting to the marketing and to the sales, you have to be crystal clear on your brand. And so one key essential element of your brand is your visual imaging. So you can't be a premium brand having broke brand visual images, right? So you can't be like, I charge $10,000, $5,000, $50,000, $100,000. And then when I go look at your website and I look at your social media, you have Gmail account on there. I'm clicking on links. They don't work. Your pictures look like they were from 1995, right? And we in 2021, 2022, 2023, you have to make sure that your visual imaging is consistent with your brand imaging and consistent with the authentic ideal clients that you want to attract. So I'm going to give you three key things that you want to really look at when you're thinking about your visual brand imaging. And so the very first thing that you have to do is you have to be comfortable in your own skin. Before you can step out and before you can have authentic visual imaging, you have to be comfortable with who you are. So I told a client in a coaching call that I had earlier today, she's redoing or relaunching her brand, her website. And she was getting all of this different advice from all of these people. And so I asked her, I said, well, why are you getting advice from all of these people? If you understand what your brand is, who your audience is, are any of these people your ideal clients? And she was like, no. I said, so if you get all this advice back from people that are not your ideal clients, they're not who you want to work with, then is that advice relevant? So now I am a coach. I have a coach. I have a therapist. I have strategies. I have a team of people that I work with that give me input and that they give me feedback, but they understand what the goals are, what the strategy are. And I'm comfortable within myself to be able to listen to what they say, take what is, relevant, and then leave the rest there. So when you're comfortable in your own skin, sometimes it's going to be you and God, which are the decision makers, because you have to make sure that you're crystal clear on hearing the vision that he has for your business. I saw a meme the other day, which I loved, and it says, when God talked to you about your purpose, it wasn't a conference call. So other people are not going to understand it. And what that simply means is when God is developing that vision, that purpose, that branding on the inside of you, sometimes you have to protect it, because if you get too many opinions, if you get too much influence, then it may take it away from you because it hasn't fully taken root within you. So you have to make sure that you're comfortable in who you are, comfortable in your brand messaging, and really have the confidence to be able to pull your brand off. Because oftentimes some people have impostor syndrome, which is simply that they are trying to act in a certain way that is not authentic to them. They may be saying certain things, but they don't believe it. So number one, be comfortable in your own skin. And if you're not, then you have to really, really work on your confidence. Or even if you're comfortable in your own skin, but you don't want to put yourself out there, when you're like, well, I don't really want to brag on myself, or I don't really want to talk about myself, I'm not really into sales. Well, if you're a CEO, unless you have a full-time sales team, you are in sales. You have to sell your vision. You have to sell your products and services. You have to do that. So what I teach my students in the CEO Life membership club and my one-on-one clients is that just change the way that you think about sales. And what you're doing is you're creating a relationship. You're identifying the problems that your ideal client has, and then you're providing them with solutions. So it's a relationship. If you can solve their problems, why in the world would they not want to work with you? So number one, get crystal clear and be comfortable get crystal clear on who you are, what your brand is, and be comfortable in your own skin. Number two is find out what your visual brand strategy is, right? What do you like? I have my clients do a brand strategy board, and it's like an inspirational board. And so they go out and they look at different types of brands that they like, different types of imaging that they like. And what happens is we all find, every time I go through this with a client, we find commonality. They like things that are the same colors. They like things that are similar fonts. They like things that have a similar look. So you want to have this brand vision board, right? This muse, so that you can start looking at what you want your brand visual imaging to look like? What do you like? What do you not, do you not like? So that's number two. You want to get a brand visual image. And then number three, it might be time for you to stop doing the DIY or the DIY, do it yourself branding. It might be time for you to align yourself with an expert if you're ready to up level your brand. So making sure that you have an experienced photographer that can capture your personality and the essence of your brand. Working with a graphic designer that gives you either a logo or enhances or helps you to rebrand that logo, the fonts, your website, your social media graphics, your proposals, your contracts, and making sure that everything is uniform, that everything follows a brand flow or a brand image. So, of course, when you're starting your business, you're everything. You're the secretary, you're the marketing person, you're the sales, you're the receptionist, you're all of that. But I mean, there's so many resources out here now that are very, very affordable that if you understand your brand, then you can actually create a team to help you to develop your brand. So those are the three key things that you have to work on in doing your brand visual imaging. And so again, you have to have the confidence, right? To know that, yes, this is my image. No, that is not my image. And be able to stand boldly in who you are as a brand and what you represent as a business. So if you're ready to uplevel your business, build a bankable brand, walk in confidence in every area of your life, whether it's relationships, business, parenting, friendships, setting boundaries, developing some non-negotiables. One thing that I teach my students in the CEO Life Membership Club is, sweetie, you have to have a floor as to what is non-negotiable in every area of your life. Now, the ceiling, we don't have to have a limit to the ceiling, because I mean, you can go wherever it is that you want to go. You can make whatever it is that you want to make, but you have to have a floor of what your boundaries are and what your non-negotiables are. And the only way that you're going to be able to set that in business and in your life is if you are confident in yourself and who you are. If you heal from childhood wounds and trauma, and you do the work. So people don't realize that you showing up as a CEO, how you show up in your business is totally directed with who you are as a person. So you can't get away from confidence, or you can't separate confidence from business. They are one and the same. So it's time to increase your confidence to be able to increase your influence and your impact within your business. So the doors are wide open to my CEO Confidence Challenge. It is a 5-day challenge. Every day you will get a video and you will get an action assignment for you to work on and to immediately implement within your life. So after these 5 days within the challenge, you will be able to, number one, understand what true confidence is. Number two, be able to do a self-assessment on areas in your life that you need to change as far as within your confidence or enhance or minor shifts or tweaks. And then number three, have a step-by-steps plan and tools of what you need to do to increase your confidence. So I always say it's just minor shifts or minor pivots that can get you to the life that you want. You are one decision away from having the abundant life that you want. So make the decision today, right now, to enroll in the free 5-day CEO Confidence Challenge. Space is limited, and so we will fill up quickly. So make sure that you go ahead and register today so that you don't miss out. So you can build or you can create a holistic life and business. The decision is yours today. Register for the CEO Confidence Challenge and become that CEO that you were always meant to be. See you on the other side. Bye-bye, guys.